when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're fat, when you're ugly, like when you're old and you're wrinkled. Like I wanna love you to the end of time. I can't love you to the end of time if I'm constantly trying to change you.
And also you said something, everything that's settles at the bottom. Well, the things at the bottom end up coming back up.
Alright, so look, listen, right? Check me out, look. If you have, alright, so say you got your business, right? You have your business, you talking to your shorty or whatever the case may be, right? Then you get married. Does it have to become a family business, or do you continue doing your own thing? She's doing her own thing. How do you kind of integrate that? What you doing?
No, I lived it. So no, I don't think, I think what makes people is because they are people in their own light. They have their own thing going on. You have their own thing going on. So I don't think that just because you guys combine a relationship wise to the highest level, that everything else needs to start combining at the same time. I think that's where people mess up, and that's where relationships go south, because people feel like, all right, because
it's expectations.
Yeah, you like seafood. I'm vegan, or I'm vegetarian, or whatever the case may be. Is we're married together, so now everything in this fridge got to be this now. No, you got your half of the fridge, I got my half of the fridge. Hey, look, listen, I like doing these type of things. You like, we married, we have to do one or the other. No, I think, and that, what, and the thing about marriage that people say that I don't like, it's not that I don't like marriage.
Well, it's about to be spicy.
No, it's real shit. The thing that I don't like that people do is they turn, you be honest with you, keep it a bean. There's no difference between the day before you married and the day after you married. There's no difference. There's no difference. Same shit, same love, same everything, right? So the problem is people make this imaginary rules that aren't real, and usually it's people that never been married to do that. So for example, hey, we're married now. Starting tomorrow, you have to come in the house by 5. Starting tomorrow, you have to eat chicken.
Because they feel like they got you locked in now.
Starting tomorrow, we have to run this together. Starting tomorrow, we have to have combined bank accounts, which is not realistic. It's not true. But I hear people that are married that say stuff like that, like, yo, when we get married, we got to do this.
Wow. That's
not how it works. Yo, when we get
That's
married,
not how it works.
When we get married, we got to start doing this. When we get married, we have to have, family time 7 days a week. That's not how, and
they start putting conditions on because of that label.
Or for unwritten rules that who wrote these rules? Nobody. You wrote them in your mind because you watch a couple movies and then you like, oh shoot, the movie wasn't real to begin with. So I think that once you get married, your business doesn't turn to family business. I think we just trying to start putting things into perspective off of perspective that we made that isn't realistic. Let's say let's put it like this. You run a recycling business. Like one of my friends, he got a recycling business.
That's hot.
It's solid. But you're dealing with trash all day long. Like you might actually be in the field dealing with the trash, right? On the machinery, moving stuff around, separating the metals and stuff like that. So, and your wife is like more of a model type. She's like, look, listen, I like doing vlogs. I like doing videos. I like, dressing up. I like wearing makeup. I like, more of the not messy stuff. So because we got married now, you got to be messy now. That's not who she was.
Yeah, that's
not who she was. That's not fair to her. And that marriage is not going to last more than a year, because the biggest problem is people, you got to watch people like this. People have a certain subliminal thing that they want to do. I want to make you do what I want you to do.
See, there we go. People be trying to change people.
People trying to change me. I want you to do what I want you to do, right? And then what happens is people feel like they have the word marriage is finally their chance to where you have to do it. I've been wanted you. Let's say me and Ashley talking, and I've been wanting her to, start doing this type of stuff. I've been wanting to start doing that. All right, I'm gonna chill. We're gonna deal with it. Hey, we're married now. You got to do it now.
That's crazy.
You got to do it now. You have to do it. Why do I have to do it? We married. You have to do it. Otherwise, I'm getting divorced. Whoa. And now the other individual, they don't want that. So now they're like, all right, let me just change a little bit for them.
Nah,
that's not fair.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, people need to understand, like, the same way, like, it's like how you said, how you start is how you finish.
Facts.
You got to understand, like, the first date, before any of that relationship starts, that first date is like an interview. That's the best you're going to see of that person. Yeah, so if you don't like something now, you don't like something through the talking phase, the dating phase, the relationship phase, it's not going to get better when you're married. It's not. I don't even have to be married to know that. It's not, because dealing with people, like you said, marriage is only a license and a label.
Yeah, ain't nothing
that's
different.
The only thing. The people are inherently are not different.
Nope.
So if I don't like something now, or if I love something now, it's gonna be the same way. The only thing you should ever be changing is how somebody treats you.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if you don't like the way they talk to you, or how they respect your boundaries, or whatever the case may be, that's it. But you can't change. You can't tell somebody to change for you unless it's how they treat you.
No.
That's it. So when it comes back to a family business or whatever the case may be, you got your recycling business, she an IG model. Just because you're married, you can't expect her to get in the trenches with you. That's not her body.
Now, if you like, yo, listen, babe, I really need your help today. That's one
story.
thing. But like, hey, I want you to stop that, and you're about to be misrecycled from now.
Nah,
like,
that's chalk. That's crazy.
That's not
like, you brought up a good point. Like, yeah, all right, cool. Like, I need you to really help me out. I know you don't like. I know you don't like crunching numbers, or we gotta really file this paperwork. My assistant, she called out. Blah blah blah. All right, cool.
Today.
That's compromise in a relationship. 100%.
Yeah.
But like, to make this a permanent fixture of our relationship, nah, you lost it. You lost. You're doing the most right now.
I'm more this, and it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. So my problem, my issue is, if I feel like I gotta force it, I don't want it. So it's a bad thing, but sometimes you do gotta put a little force in some things.
Right.
Sometimes you do gotta fight for some things. You know, it's just real life.
Non-negotiable.
In a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you gotta like, yo, listen, you gotta put a little effort in. But sometimes, like, my problem is like, yo, if I feel like I gotta force something, if I gotta ask twice, I don't even want it. So
if I gotta drag you in, I gotta drag you around.
Boom. So now it's the situation where, like, do you want to be with somebody that you have to change? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really want to be with somebody that you got to change? If I gotta freaking change you, yeah, if I gotta change you now, do I really want to be like?
Why would you even want
That's not
that?
even your natural.
That's
natural
crazy.
Self. That's not your natural self. So
that's
it's
not
like,
your
do
body.
I even want to be with you in this fake thing that I thought I built, but it's not even solid, so it's going to crumble eventually, because now this person has to keep up this all day long, because that's what I want them to do. I want you to smile. You're not a smiling person. Now you got to feed this fake smile. It takes more energy out of you and effort to put up this fake facade to make me happy, that you're not even, you physically can't keep that up. Physical anatomy, you can't keep that up. If I want you to be this type of individual, it's only but so long that's going to last.
And I feel like a lot of people do that because they feel like they're out of time.
Yeah.
It's like when, like with the whole Kevin Samuels, like by 35 you leftovers or something like that. Like, no, you're not.
Yo, I mess with Kevin Samuels.
No, you're not. It's like you're not. Like, you can be 60 and still want to date. Like, and I really wholeheartedly mean that. Like, they got like what? Old people meet. What is that? Oldpeoplemeet.com or something like that? I don't know. They have dating websites for like older people, but I bring that up to say, like,
Christian Mingle.
They got Christian Mingle, BlackPeopleMeet.com. Like, and I'm not saying you even got to do dating websites or whatever, but like, the point that I'm trying to make is that you have enough time. You don't ever feel like you need to settle.
Nah.
That's crazy. I would never in my life, like, anything that settles at the bottom. And I firmly affirm and believe that. Like, why would a relationship, your life partner, be the one thing that should be the last thing? Like, in business, all right, cool. You might have to compromise. You just hire somebody else to deal with it. Like, all right, cool. Like, even that, maybe not. But your life partner, somebody that you're literally going to grow old and die with till death do us part. Like, I'm not settling. I want to love you unconditionally. Like, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're fat, when you're ugly, like when you're old and you're wrinkled. Like, I want to love you to the end of time. I can't love you to the end of time if I'm constantly trying to change you.
And then also you said something, everything that settles at the bottom. Well, the things at the bottom end up coming back up.
Nah, that's hard as hell.
You hear this dude? Like, no, for real. So,
that's
like,
crazy. I almost lost my goddamn mic.
No, for real. Like,
nah. I want to hear whatever he about to say.
No, bro. So look, like, in real estate, we building houses. we know that the basement is an issue.
Okay.
So we don't handle that then, and we just put stuff on top of it when we don't, like, for example, I put sump pumps and I waterproof my basement. So shit comes up, the water's gonna go there through the sump pump, it's gonna go out the crib. We're not even worried about it because we handled it from
analogy.
the
That's a bar.
For example, this one house I didn't waterproof. We knew it was an issue. We like, man, let's put the tile on top of it. Let's just do, maybe it's gonna be fine. Man, it rained so hard, the water came up. The tenant called me and said the basement flooded. The water came from under the tile, underground. Crazy shit I seen. Came up and flooded the basement. If we don't, the things that we settle, we leave it underground, just to try to build on top of it, it's only gonna come back up the same way the water just came up. So, for example, yeah, you settle for some stuff. 5 years later, a year later, 10 years later, it's gonna come up. You're gonna be like, what? She's trying to figure out why you mad. And you like, man, because I freaking settled on some shit
you
5 or 10 years ago. But who fault is that now? Is it her fault that you mad because you
this gonna ruffle some feathers?
You thought you had some non-negotiables that you negotiated on, and then 10 years later, y'all got a 10-year-old child, and you like, man, I'm mad about this. And she like,
what you mad about?
I thought you chalked that 10 years ago, bro. Like,
nah, you just suppressed
we
it.
bought it. We got a business together. We got a house together. We got all this stuff together. And now you talk about some stuff that I thought you got rid of. That's not fair to her. Or vice versa. You know what I mean?
This is why communication is so important.
Yeah,
like 120. Yeah. I'm so behind communication. Like, if I don't care if we 1 week in, 1 year in, 1 millennium in. I don't like something, I'm speaking on it. I swear. Like, it's not even about. Obviously, presentation and delivery is extremely important and should be taken into consideration. But like anything that I don't like, I'm speaking on it.
And it's crazy. I got better with that. I didn't used to be. You used
to refrain from it.
Not refrain from it, but I believe. So this is what I really believe in. I believe in that. There's a difference between what you feel and what's real. So sometimes I feel some type of way about something, but that's not real. So let's say, for example, yo, I feel like Brian is always late for something. Well, what really happened was an accident on the highway. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some type of way.
I feel some type of way because I really do be late.
Yeah. Oh shit. But I feel some type of way about something, but something real happened that caused it. So sometimes we get mad over things. You
gotta put things into perspective.
Yeah, we get mad over things that really something really happened that was. So for example, let's say for example, you like, yo, listen, bro.
That's so important.
Yo, like I'm mad as crap that I bought something I was supposed to bring back change. And you like, yo, the change is wrong. I'm feeling some type of way. Like, well, you didn't know the price went up over there. So you mad at me about something I had no control over. So with that being said, sometimes I feel like
the difference between how you feel
and what's real. It's a fact. So I feel like, honestly, that my communication wasn't so straightforward a while ago is because sometimes I let things play out to figure out what was the real behind it. Because sometimes we snap out without thinking about it. Yo, why the fuck you late? Yo, I-95 was messed up. Oh, my fault, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my fault. And then you like, damn, you snapped at me like that? So my communication used to always be delayed because I wanted to see, okay, let me play this out for a little bit. Let me see what's really going on because I don't want to jump on something. Like, that's the difference. That's my toxic trait. I said this before, but I'm like business minded a little too much. You know, I'm busy. You time thing. Like, we not gonna jump on it. Let's play it out for a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how the numbers change. Let's look at the data. Look at the stats. So sometimes I bring that up into like relationship. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna jump on it. Let me see how this play out for a little bit. Because if I jump too early, blow my hand too early, then it's like, yo, that wasn't my fault that happened. I'm like, dang, you really was about to snap on me. You really about to turn this into something that so. I got better with it now. I talk about, what comes up. I don't delay as much, but I used to delay for that reason. So, but communication is very, very, very. Everybody got some shit with them. That's mine.
That's heavy. So just to kind of tie it all together, right? Like, I just feel like compartmentalization is just so important. Like, you have your relationship, you have your business, you have your health, your wealth, whatever the case may be. Like, if it comes together, cool. But if it doesn't, like, you got to learn to be okay with that.
Yeah,
like,
and can you be okay with that?
I think to a certain extent you have to, because if you didn't meet this like if you had your business and this person you met this person, like you're in a relationship with somebody because you love them, not because they can help you in your business.
Right. No, I'm saying in the beginning, ask yourself, are you, before this gets any deeper, ask yourself, are you okay? Like, this is who I'm dealing with, and I don't really see any change in them, and I'm asking them certain questions. I'm asking them straightforward, and they're not saying that they plan on changing to be top entrepreneur.
You got to know where you stand.
Can you be okay with that? You
100%.
know what I mean? And I have friends that are like, if my girlfriend, my wife, is not my one. Me and my one homie, we used to talk about this all the time. We used to really go back and forth. He had 2 non-negotiables. My son, what did he say? He said my son cannot work for anybody at all. He cannot work a job at all. And he said my son, my girlfriend, my wife has to run a business. That was me and him used to go back and forth all the time. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I might throw my son in the McDonald's so he can really figure out that hustle and bustle and just realize, like, okay, working for my dad ain't that bad. Sometimes we need that. Like, 100%. Yo, I need to see what this is like to understand, like, okay, this is a good scenario. This is a good situation.
Right.
And it's saying, and the whole, my girlfriend, my wife has to run a business like me or it's like not going to work. I think that's like, yeah, if you got 2, I say power couples, they say that's cool. But I still think sometimes people knock or downplay. I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and tell you, like, quit your job, don't go to college, be an entrepreneur. I've never been that guy because at the end of the day, a lot of entrepreneurs aren't making money. That's for one. 2,
that's a big fact.
That's a fact. And 2, if we didn't have doctors, nurses, and stuff like that, we would be fucked. And then 3, brain surgeons, a lot of nurses, a lot of engineers, a lot of these people that have 9-to-5 jobs make way more money than a lot of these entrepreneurs. So to go ahead and say, like, she's not running a business, I can't be with her. Like,
a lot of these entrepreneurs don't even know how much money they're making.
If she makes a solid $150,000, $100,000 a year, and you made $100,000 a year, but then your expenses was $80,000, you little homie, bro. For real.
I always told my girl, like, yo, she just became an RN. Like, if I fumble, that's solid.
You got
God forbid I fumble. That's like
you got an easy buck.
We not gonna be out on the road, you know.
Got easy buck regardless.
So God forbid that happen or anything like that. But it's just so important. Like, one, not to try to change people. Like, know your non-negotiables. Compartmentalize, understand that there doesn't have to be a bridge between everything. And just, if you are going to be in business and you are an entrepreneur, like, make sure it's worth it before you start telling other people like what to do. That's solid. But yo, appreciate y'all, man, for real. If you want to tap into the rental market or anything like that, you know exactly what to do. Hit my man Diaz Boone on the gram. Hit that link in bio. If you are trying to start a successful events-based business, hit me up. Hit me on my DM. Hit the link in my bio. You know where to get the right information. Let's get it. Let's go.